talk about the United States Senate. It's like a retirement home that can take away your health care. With the election day results coming in, the Senate is now divided almost exactly in half between Democrats and Republicans. But there are actually two Senate elections in Georgia that weren't decided last week. And those are the ones that will determine which party wins this tug of war.
Turning to Georgia, where the balance of power in the Senate will be decided just a couple of months from now. The Peach State will hold a pair of runoff elections in January after neither race landed a winner with at least 50% of the vote.
The two Senate runoffs in the state, scheduled for January 5th, will now determine the fate of the Senate and how much legislation Mr. Biden is able to get passed next year. Both parties will be pouring tens of millions of dollars into the contests.
Every Republican of national profile will be heading down to Georgia, as will some prominent Democrats. You know, I think it's interesting, Brett, the scuttlebutt is that Democrats would rather Biden stay away and Obama go.
Damn. Democrats want Obama to come down instead of Joe Biden. Man, once you go Barack, you never go back. And poor Joe Biden. I mean, he's president-elect. But Democrats are all still like, Obama! Everybody, let's get a Democratic Senate for Joe. Oh, who the hell is Joe? Obama! But yes, both parties are descending on Georgia for these two Senate races. And if you live in Georgia, can I just say I am so sorry for what is about to happen in your life. You thought the texts and TV ads were bad before? Whew, nah, man. RIP to your doorbell, because that shit is getting rung 50 times a minute. Volunteers are going to be popping up in your dreams.
Hi, sorry to interrupt your weird unicorn sex dream. Can we count on you on January 5th?
In fact, there's going to be so many TV ads. Now is the perfect time to cut the cord and cancel your cable. Wait, not right now, not right now. After the show, after the show. Whew, yeah, that's better. That was close. Don't do that again. Now, one reason that both parties think that they both have a shot in the Georgia Senate runoffs is that the presidential race there was surprisingly tight. Joe Biden did come out slightly ahead, but it's too close for comfort.
The White House remains focused on the election tonight, winning a hand recount in Georgia as it pushes other legal challenges that will likely have little bearing on the results.
The election is over, but the counting is not tonight, with every ballot in battleground Georgia set to be recounted by hand. Typically, recounts only change a race's margin by a few hundred votes or so it's very unlikely President Trump could overtake President-elect Biden's 14,000 vote lead in Georgia. But the Trump campaign today calls the recount a first step toward winning their legal fights, despite no evidence of widespread voter fraud.
That's right. Trump is getting a hand recount of every Georgia ballot. There's millions of them. Hand recount. And I don't think that's going to be fun for him. Because, I mean, it's bad enough losing Georgia by 14,000 votes, but now imagine having to hear them one by one. It's also strange how election recounts are the one time where people think counting by hand is better than by machine. There's never any other situation where we say, okay, that's what the calculator says, but just to double check, 5, 6, 11, 13, 25 would carry the one. All right, yeah, I think the spaceship has enough fuel. You guys can take off. I also feel like counting each ballot by hand is gonna take forever. Not just because of the numbers, but because it's Georgia. Have you ever been to Georgia? Those people are not in a rush. 1 vote, 2 votes, 3 votes. You gonna bring me some of that peach tea? What they need to do is they need to go and hire Atlanta's trap rappers to do the counting for them. 1 and a 6 and 1,000 and 5 and a whoop and a million and done and again and a whoop and a million is gonna miss in and a count and a bit and a bite and a minute and a win. But as you heard, it's unlikely that Trump will actually find enough miscounted ballots to flip the results in Georgia. But even if he does, he still won't have enough electoral votes to change the overall results.